live to Rahul Kamal in conversation with Ghulam Nabi Azad.
Hello and welcome. He's the ultimate insider who's now turned an outsider. And joining us on India Today is Ghulam Nabi Azad, one of the most iconic figures in Indian politics, somebody who's seen the cut and thrust of the last several decades of modern Indian history, and he's penned it all together in his new autobiography, Azad, an autobiography. Main Azad hoon. That seems to be the feeling, because if you were still doing the job, Ghulam Nabi ji, that you were doing earlier in the Congress, maybe a lot of what you've written you wouldn't have been able to reveal, and you would have taken it with you.
That's true.
So because you are now Azad, you've been able to reveal a lot of what you've seen, and that's why I think your book is so fascinating. So thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations on your book release.
Thank you, sir.
I want to start by asking you about what's not in this book, which is about your solution to the problems. You mention in great detail in chapters on the bombast of the Congress party what's wrong. I want to understand, if you had a clean slate and you had the opportunity to try and fix what ails the Congress, what are your prescriptions, sir?
Well, I don't know now, being outside, I should suggest the prescription to a political party which I have left. And I'm not inimical to them. I'm very friendly to them. I wish Congress party well. I wish Congress leadership very well, physically and politically. But they have become very inimical. I don't know the reason for that. No other political party has opposed me so much by the Congress party. And not now, even when Mr. Modi praised me on the floor of the House, and so many other leaders also praised me on the floor of the House, and instead of becoming happy, they became very annoyed. And subsequently, when I was given Padma Bhushan, so they could not digest it. Even one of the leaders just opposed that, my getting Padma Bhushan. They should have been the happiest person, and for the people, as a party. And even when I retired from the parliament membership, not from politics, from membership. Now, as many as 24 or 22 political party leaders spoke in the parliament for about 4 to 5 hours, almost in the same words as Prime Minister spoke. But Prime Minister naturally gets more publicity than other leaders. But I can say the speeches of other leaders were no less, if not more. But Congress normally, they tweet 10 times a day. They do not tweet even once that we feel bad. He has been associated in the Congress party 40 years in the parliament, held different positions, won so many states for the Congress party. I must say almost the maximum states singularly I won for the Congress party, and we feel bad, we thank you. No.
Why do you think your relationship with 10 Janpath and with the Congress High Command deteriorated? Because one of the things as I read this book is how you have a very special skill to be able to manage equations, political equations, across generations, across parties, across leaders. And somehow that most consequential relationship, your own relationship with your own party high command, towards the end of your reign in the Congress, why did it deteriorate?
Well, I think there's... at very young age, I worked under the leadership of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. And Sanjay Gandhi, of course, he was a colleague, associate, same age group. He was just 2 to 3 years older to me, but that doesn't matter. So there was a great compatibility. But at the same time, we got an opportunity to work direct under Indira ji, particularly during 77 and 79, and subsequently after Sanjay ji's death, much more closely when Rajiv ji was not still in politics. There was a vacuum of almost 1 year, and Sanjay was not there, so she knew that how close I was with Sanjay and all that. And I was chief president of the All India Youth Congress. And I got an opportunity to work directly under her, and that type of accessibility I had, no other senior leader had. I could go directly and meet her anytime I want, maybe sometime twice, thrice, 4 times a day, which is not possible for today, even for junior leaders of the Congress to meet once in a month. So I have met her while she was Prime Minister and Congress President, maybe thrice a day. And she never asked why.
And you write about the appointment culture now.
No,
nobody can meet the Congress
No, you
leadership.
can meet Indira Gandhi anytime you want.
But now you can't.
No, you can't. You can't think of it. That is just a thing of the past.
So I was asking you, why did your relationship deteriorate?
And we were free to give any suggestion. And I must say, being a young boy, number of suggestions were accepted. And I have said about Indira Gandhi on 2-3 places that people have said she was a dictator. This is what normally you hear even today. But I found in her, I think she was the most democratic person, Democrat to the core. I have cited 2 examples. When she gave me ticket in '79, of course the result was on 3rd or 4th January, but the entire election of Lok Sabha campaigning and polling was held in the month of December '79. So after ticket distribution in the evening, before going for filing nomination in Maharashtra, I asked her, "Thank you very much." He said, "No, I had told Shukla, Antule to find a suitable constituency for you, because about 6 months I had made a deal with Sheikh Abdullah in Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir. There are only 6 seats. So in the deal he has taken 5 seats. So only 1 Jammu seat is left. And I don't want Jammu is over-dominantly Hindu seat. It must, Dogra was the senior leader, he must contest. So since then I have been looking for a seat for you to contest. And I know how much work you had from one jail to another, from one place to another, with Sanjay Gandhi, with me across the country, sitting in the office up to 2 o'clock in the morning, and later part of the '79, I shifted to the ICC so that I'm available 24/7. Luckily I was unmarried then, young boy. So I wanted you to contest. And she told me one thing. I don't know she has told ever to anybody, because I didn't hear this from any senior leader during my entire political career, what she told me in '79. She said, "Do you know that I'm giving tickets to Rajya Sabha Lok Sabha first time in my life? And also in the assembly I'll be giving." I said, "How come? You have been a Prime Minister." I think she was 10 years Prime Minister before that. He said, "Y.B. Chauhan, senior leader, he would not allow single ticket to be touched other than him." And when she further said, "Will you believe the SC tickets, almost 100 Lok Sabha seats, I have never been able to give even one. Babuji would take the entire lot for the entire country, that SCs I will give." So I was shocked. The people have been saying she was this, she was dictator in emergency, that. Here is a Prime Minister, strong Prime Minister, who has been 10 years Prime Minister, President, and 2 of her colleagues were not allowing him to touch 2 states.
But you seem very soft on Sanjay Gandhi and the emergency. As I read this book, I get a sense that because you worked with Sanjay Gandhi,
No, not
you seem to believe that he was vilified unfairly.
No, yes, I have said that, because I was very active here. Of course, during emergency, I was not here. During emergency, I was state president of Youth Congress. And maybe the rest part of the country, the Youth Congress was enjoying, but I was on the receiving end, because we were in opposition. And Sheikh Saab was the chief minister. So, I mean, we were in opposition. So That time I was not here, but there used to be national council meetings of which the state presidents were also the members, and national council meeting would take place every month in which Sanjay Gandhi was also a national council member and also the leader of Youth Congress. So we would get the opportunity to meet every month. And being originally, they being from Kashmir, so they had more, closeness with the people of Kashmir, and any congressman from Kashmir, definitely they will feel close, we will feel close. I never found anything wrong he doing. The cleanliness is one of the subject. And if you even do cleanliness today, you use bulldozer, there will be hue and cry. And it was emergency, the hue and cry was there.
Forced sterilizations?
There was no forced sterile. This is what I have said. That I was in 77 to here in Delhi, entire country traveling. Not a single Muslim across the country came to me, there was a forced sterilization. And more so, the most important, the proof of this is when Janata Party came into power, and Ranarayan, who had defeated Indira Gandhi, became the health minister. And if you remember, he said any person of any community, wherever it will, if somebody comes, that there was a forced sterilization, he will be paid 1 lakh rupee. So 1 lakh rupee means almost 20 or 30 lakh rupee. For 2.5 years, not a single person. And of course, there was no doubt that time, because Janata Party was in power and nobody could think Indira Gandhi will ever come back. The people in thousands
could have come
and taken 1 lakh rupee. So that shows this was totally a propaganda against him, which is why I have said.
You describe in your book some of the mistakes of Rahul Gandhi. The fact that you felt that Himanta Biswa Sarma had 45 MLAs with him during the third term of Tarun Gogoi as Chief Minister.
Well, in this very room,
here in this room?
Yes, in this very room.
Where Himanta came and met you with 45 MLAs.
Yeah, MLA. I had opened, this is open, can we open?
And
this into this.
Sonia ji wanted you to change the Chief Minister of
yes, of course.
Assam. And yet somehow Rahul Gandhi, he was sitting with Gaurav Gogoi, you say, and you say he didn't want it to happen. He wanted Tarun to stay. Why?
I don't know.
What's your reading?
This is what I have said also, that I don't know, did he realize at that point of time that it will have cascading effect and it will have far-reaching negative effect on the party, not vis-a-vis state of Assam, but entire state. Because the Congress party has been using Hanmanta for the entire state, for campaigning, for ticket distribution, for firefighting thing. And we told him also that he will go. He said, let him go. But unfortunately, I think till 2 years, I don't know now, that was, I still cannot surprise if somebody would say that that man is not working, that man is angry, so why don't you cajole him, why don't you call him? He said, let him go on in RSS.
That's very strange, because the BJP or the RSS doesn't let anybody go.
No, how can Congress go to RSS? Somebody may be angry with the leadership. I have seen people angry. I know in 77, 78, one morning, I was General Secretary here, one morning Indira Gandhi called me, and just maybe before split of January 78. So people were going. So Indira Gandhi called me that you had very good relations with this Gyani Zail Singh. I said, yes, because you were also close to Sanjay and he was also very close to Sanjay. But now he is angry with Sanjay and thereby he is angry with me also. And do you still enjoy that friendship or closeness with him in spite of our age group? I said, yes. He said, but he is very angry with me. How to find a solution? I said, I will bring him to you. So Indira Gandhi could afford and tell me, let him go to hell. She used me, a boy of Youth Congress, knowing that I had relation. And I brought Gyani Zail Singh to him, to her, and they patched.
And Rahul Gandhi doesn't do that for some reason.
Rajiv Gandhi. No, Rajiv Gandhi, if this, during this Sanjay Gandhi's time, people were angry. The different people were used to cajole them, to bring, and even Rajiv Gandhi, if somebody is angry, himself as Prime Minister will go. So here, say dismiss. Okay, he's angry. Let him go.
On the back of everything that you've seen, Ghulam Nabi ji, and you've seen different generations of leaders, do you think Rahul Gandhi is unfit for politics?
Well, I don't want to say anything against him. As long as I was in that party, I was giving suggestions. Now, since I am not in that party, as an ex-congressman, having worked right from my student life, even my family being Congress, my father had been a Tehsil level office bearer when I was school. I have learned in school how to make the membership in 6th class. He was a businessman also, so he used to tell me that he has had some laborers, about 600-700 people, and make their membership. It was in Urdu that time, and I used to make the membership and take 2 annas from them. But real, not today's membership of Congress Party. That's why I was stressing upon the real membership, not just one person sitting and taking the voter list. So, being an ex-congressman, I wish Congress well, and I have been all through being associated. Of course, my ideal may be Gandhi. In this book, I have written how, as a student, I attended the first 100th anniversary of Gandhiji's birthday and attended the camp for 15 days. This was how I was converted into a Gandhian thoughts of philosophy. But all along I have worked with Sanjay Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi. So my association is deep. And I wish them politically well, I wish them physically well.
But the Congress now seems to say that you're the B team of the BJP, that what you're doing with the Azad
Party... Well, I can say
party,
that for BJP, I can say that for Congress also.
How are they the BJP?
They are not doing anything and giving free run to BJP. I can say that.
What should they be doing? That's what I started by asking you. What do you think really should be, which is irritating you, that this is the basic that they should be doing, which they're not doing? Why can't they see it? Why don't they do it?
I have said, I think in the book, I have said a number of times, and ultimately I put that in black and white in the first week of January 2013. We had another year and a half to go for the election, maybe 1 year and 3 months, that's quite enough. So normally whenever we have a session, I used to, this entire AICC members are divided into 4 and 1 chairman, economic affairs, farmers affairs, this other political affairs and organization. So I have been right from Rajiv Gandhi's time, I have been the chairman for the organization because that is my subject, organization. So there I got it passed by the working committee. So I have been saying always that no Lok Sabha member should hold any office. No MLA should hold any this party office. And least the presidentship of national presidentship, state presidentship, district presidentship.
One man, one post.
No, it has nothing to do one post. He should be free. You can have Rajya Sabha member, a district president, and national president, and state president, but not Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, first of all, 4 months is Lok Sabha. So 4 months have gone. Then another 2-3 months are committee meetings. So another 2-3 months are gone. Then you are left with 6 months. You have to go to your constituency. Whether you are MLA, you have to go to your MLA constituency. Even when you come home, 90% constituency will people be at your residence. Where is the time to look after as national president, national affairs of the party? as state president, state affairs party, district president is district affairs. So I had said all through, and there in the working committee is a book, I will give you the book, suggestions all, which I reminded the leadership half a dozen times during that before 2014, let us implement it today, tomorrow, and now it is how many years?
9 years have passed.
No, 12 years. 11 years. And I have given a suggestion for that you have the Rajya Sabha member, or no Rajya Sabha member, and you give them the incentive. State president, you can say, if you perform well, then, and there is a danger, another danger also. If you are as MLA state president, the moment you make state president, the next day he declares himself as chief minister candidate. And he kills all the state leaders. But if he is not an MLA MLC, then he is not a chief minister candidate.
Correct.
Then he will not kill the others, competitors. If you are a district president MLA, normally each district has to become one minister. He will, those district president will kill all the competitors of the district and ensure their defeat. So they should not be competitor. The district president should be given that you will be given some position kick up, provided your all MLAs win. State president should be said that you can become General Secretary All India, you can get Lok Sabha ticket, you can become Mantri, you can become number 2 Mantri, you can become Rajya Sabha member, but provided we come into the power. Then he will not kill the competitors, he will not kill the leaders, then he will let them survive. So these are people like us who have been in the organization. Now see how much is difference between the present leadership and Rajiv Gandhi. I would like to draw a parallel. In 84, October he became, 31st October he became Prime Minister. Subsequently within 2 months were elections. We have worked, Rajiv Gandhi, myself together, you have seen that in the book. So he told me 84 don't contest Lok Sabha. Those days I was contesting from Lok Sabha. That was my second term from Lok Sabha 84. I said, why? He said, you have to campaign across the country, and in some places you have to campaign with me. I am totally new. So you don't contest. I said, I will contest. No, I will just fill up the form, and the rest of the 1 month I am free with you or wherever you want. So is it possible? I said, it is possible. He said, you will not come. Okay, till last day we were busy in ticket distribution and all that. So tomorrow was the last day. So I said, I will go tomorrow, last day. He said, but day after tomorrow, since tomorrow is the last day, there is a 2 days gap where no campaign be taken place, because withdrawal and this takes place within the next 2-3 days. But after the last day of nomination is over, I want to have a press conference in Mumbai. To just curtain the raiser. So I'm not sure you will come. I will pick you up from your constituency. I said, you know where is my constituency? He said, no. I said, you have to 1 hour flight, more than 1 hour flight to Nagpur, 1 hour helicopter to my constituency, back again 1 hour helicopter to Nagpur, and then 1 hour to Bombay. He said, no problem, I will start from home instead of 7 o'clock, I will start 5 o'clock. But to ensure that you don't chicken out. So I told him, okay, if you are coming, what time you will reach there? He said, 7 o'clock to pick you up. I said, you address the public meeting. He said, are you mad? 7 o'clock public meeting. I said, if I'm just filling up the form and not going for the rest of the month for campaign, there must be reason for that. He said, okay. So I filled up the form. Next day I went, filled up the form, and there were few thousand people gathered for filing my nomination. I announced that Mr. Rajiv Gandhi will be addressing public meeting in my constituency at 6 o'clock in the morning. Because I just wanted to give 1 hour margin. The ground was full at 5 o'clock, almost 50 to 60,000 people. So when I went to receive him at 7, quarter to 7, they reached at airport, helipad, in my constituency, Akola district. And Vasantdada Patil was the chief minister, so he was accompanying him from Nagpur because he was the prime minister, the protocol. He said, get into aircraft. I said, no public meetings there. He said, are you joking? I said, let us go. Oh my God, there was a sea of people. He said, where have this come from? That's why you were telling me you will just fill up the form. I said, okay. So he asked while somebody else was speaking, one MLA, so he asked on the dais, Dada, how many seats will this seat win? So Dada told him out of 48 seats, if we lose 47, this will be the only one we will win. Of course, we are winning more. Then he said, then we came. So en route, now this is it. I'm just drawing the parallel. En route from Nagpur, because in the helicopter you can't have that sound, but aircraft from Nagpur was the Prime Minister's aircraft, big aircraft, there no sound. He asked, Dada, you give me some suggestions, some points for the press conference, which I can repeat in my public meetings for 1 month across the country. Dada, as he was, a very simple man, basically down-to-earth, grassroots level worker, and Kisan. So he gave some grassroots suggestion, Kisans, which went like missiles. Rajivji said, lekin this we'll see. I could guess he could not understand much. Then he turned to me, what is your suggestion? I said, I have 2 suggestions to give. And if you really want to win. He said, why? What are those suggestions? It's a very difficult one, and this is not first time I am pointing to you. I have pointed out this on a number of occasions. Even I have discussed this with Indraji a number of times, but I have never suggested her to go for the kill. Now I am suggesting you go for the kill. He said, what is that? I said, during assembly elections, the Lok Sabha member himself becomes the responsible for defeating his own MLAs from his own constituency.
Correct.
And during Lok Sabha election, that his own MLAs are the cause for the defeat of the MP. He said, very strange. He became very, the tentacles were up. He said, how? I said, every Lok Sabha member, like I said, your state has 5 MLA, Maharashtra has 6, some people, some have MLA in Jammu Kashmir has 17 to 20 MLAs. So there's a tendency among each Lok Sabha member that all MLAs of my constituency should be of my choice. And they want only either relative or their friends or who are their financer or their bag carrier. The party doesn't do that. The party has to carry on the party also. The party should survive. The party will at the most oblige 1 or 2, giving of his choice, the rest give party. And then MLA, and then the MP tries to defeat those people who are not of his choice. As a result of which, either they get elected, but still they become inimical to MP, that they try to defeat, or they lose, then they become more inimical to the MP, and now they have to take the revenge. when it comes as a result of the MLAs, we lose many MLAs in every parliamentary constituency. And sometimes we have a huge mandate that we get through, otherwise we lose as a state because of MPs. And when it comes to Lok Sabha, then it is the turn of the MLAs to take the revenge. They take the revenge and MP either loses or win. So we lose. So what is your suggestion? I said now, today is Lok Sabha. Just 5 months later in the month of May are assembly elections across the country. So in the first press conference you announced that in any Lok Sabha constituency across the country, if MLA is minus in his constituency, he will not get ticket. You understand?
Of course.
If you are MLA, but I'm an MP, if I'm not winning there, then you will lose. He said, yes, that is good. Done. I said, you see. I said, they will spend their own money. They need not to be told you work, because they will work now for their ticket.
Correct.
And it's only 4 months for the election. So they will campaign now for themselves. You don't have to worry for money. You don't have to worry to cajole them. You don't have to chase them. The MPs does not have to chase them. Nobody will ask money. Do you know, I contested that election. None of my MLAs asked for money. And of course, and you know how many MLAs we had to drop? Sincerely, 250 MLAs we dropped. Even in my constituency, one sitting MLA, I had 6, or one had to be dropped. Of course, none of his fault, because his rivals worked against him so that he's minus, he doesn't get the ticket. But we didn't go back, we didn't give any concession. So these are what I'm saying, that how Rajiv Gandhi, in just one aircraft meeting, within half an hour he addressed the press conference. Then across the state, he and I made this one of the biggest issues. And how? That's why we got the ever highest majority.
I want to come to the current political equation in the few minutes that we have left and talk about Jammu and Kashmir. What role do you see your new party play in a future election in Jammu and Kashmir? There's a lot of talk about how in a post-poll scenario, the Azad party could potentially be an ally of the BJP.
No, well, every political party in Jammu and Kashmir is in their party forum saying that they are going to be the allies of BJP. So, if Mufti Saab could go with BJP ally, everybody saying, and even NC had been our earlier ally of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So I can say that no political party in Jammu Kashmir can take advantage or say BJP is untouchable. The Modi Saab and Mehbooba ji have been ally of Modi Saab's regime. NC has been ally of Atal ji's regime. There are other political regional parties, they are ally almost openly. But I have not aligned with any political party, let it be very clear. I don't know what will happen after the assembly elections, because over a period of time, almost few decades now, no political party has got majority of its own, because for a majority you need at least 46 MLAs, and the state or UT like we have, first two big regions, Jammu region and Kashmir region. Then within Jammu region also you have Pir Panchal, you have Chenab Valley, you have Central Jammu, then you have South Kashmir, you have North Kashmir, you have Central Kashmir, and different political parties have different pockets in the state. And some have religious pockets vis-a-vis Jammu region and Kashmir, and some have within the sub-regional pockets. So in this atmosphere, I can't say what will happen, But I am satisfied to the extent, over a period of time for 50 years, sitting at national level and touring across the country, I had an opportunity, maybe one of the luckiest person in the Congress party who had been in charge for 100%. Now we have lost the track. We have 35, 36 UTs and states. Have been in charge for 100% states and UTs from time to time. Because I got an opportunity to be the General Secretary with 6 party presidents.
Correct.
So, and with each party president, I was a General Secretary holding 10, 15 states, 2 states, 3 states. During Rajiv Gandhi's time, almost by turn, I had almost done 90% states being in charge.
You also speak a lot in the book about how the wrong people are being picked in the Congress for important positions. They're not rewarding talent, that somehow incompetent people are getting the opportunity to be in positions.
Let me complete that part, first question. So in these 50 years, I have seen so many parties, nation parties coming and disseminating. Now, as many as 150 political parties were de-recognized by Election Commission last March. It's 1 year before. But I am very happy, and I didn't expect, as a matter of fact, why I made the political party. I had no intention. I was angry. I left the party, and I went straight to my home state because they wanted me to come. And for 1.5 years, from Jammu, Hindu belt to Kashmir, all the regions, I had about 40 to 50 public meetings. I was nobody. I was not in Congress. I was not holding any position. I had not made my party. I was not Chief Minister, MLA, MP. And in these 50 public meetings across the country, I have never seen the type of crowd which I address. I have not addressed the crowd as even Chief Minister or Union Minister. As Union Minister, being in Congress and Chief Minister, I think, attended the crowds in Kashmir and Jammu as Chief Minister, 1/10 of that. So I realize this is without being party. किसके पास वहाँ पब्लिक मीटिंग जाना है? आजाद साहब की पार्टी में जाना है. अरे मेरी पार्टी बनी ही नहीं है. तो 40-50 दिन लोगों ने कहा आजाद साहब की पार्टी में जाना है. किस मीटिंग में जाओ? आजाद साहब की मीटिंग में जाना. So I say that if I can get so much of traction without having any party, so people suggested, why don't you make the party? अब क्या करोगे? So this is how I made the party. When it came to the name, तो मैं नेम और कुछ नहीं होगा. मेरे साहब ने कहा जी ये सब आजाद साहब के पास जाना है तो इसका नाम आजाद पार्टी रखो. मैंने कहा that will be too dictatorial. तो मैंने उसका नाम रखा डेमोक्रेटिक आजाद पार्टी. But after a month election commission, so we wrote to the election commission. So after a month election commission said no, this is somewhere else in South now. So you suggest some more name. So then we suggested some more. So for ultimately about I think January end, they registered our party as Democratic Progressive Azad Party, but Azad Party stands. So the party is Azad. My pen name is Azad, my book is Azad, so my thinking is Azad.
Kya baat. No, speaking of democracy, is Indian democracy in danger according to you, Ghulam Nabi ji?
Well, so many people ask me this question, but this was said against our own party. It was still our people, opposition people are still blaming the Congress party. Emergency was dictatorial party and all that. So every political party has been blamed whenever they have been in power. The Congress has been blamed whenever we have been in power. And regional parties, again, are one-man party. You know, I sometimes defended the Congress party when they say this is a family party. I said, you name from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, which regional party is not a family party?
BJP is not a family party.
Except for BJP. Well, BJP can take credit for that, which they are taking. But the BJP is not the only Indian political party. There we have almost 24 political
parties. Will the BJP win the next elections?
So we have 24 political parties. All are family political parties.
Correct.
So the same in those family political parties, their regional parties are saying they are dictatorial.
Correct.
So it can stick to anybody. Whosoever you want to fix it, you can say that. But going back across, knowing the states across the country, you will a state, because all are my friends, so I won't quote anybody. You go any state, the opposition there will be, he's a dictator. His dada, his bap, his son, everybody. So that means this is applying to everybody.
From what you know of Indian politics, what do you think will happen in Karnataka, where elections are due next, and what do you think will happen in the next Lok Sabha election?
Well, I know about what will happen in next election, and I will know what will happen in Karnataka, but I will not say it all.
Why not?
There is a reason, because the digestive system of Congress is so small, huh? Or maybe his digestive system is small, or they are so non-political. While I was in Jammu, so it was an interview like you are giving interview. They asked me, what will happen in Gujarat and Rajasthan? I said Gujarat is a competition between Congress and BJP. And in Himachal Pradesh, knowing state well, is our neighbor and have been in charge a number of times, Congress party have a edge to win. Well, BJP didn't say anything, but the Congress, next day they sent so many people to Jammu Kashmir that Ghulam Nabi Azad is joining Congress. So what are you doing there? They try to break my party. You come here. Ghulam Nabi Azad will come any time, and then what will you do? You will be there. And they made in Himachal my cassettes, or the Congress is winning, and also played 2 days before the election.